Hello everyone and welcome back to Guild Wars 2. We are doing the second part of our Living World Season 3 storyline. We are meeting Timey in Rata, Novus, and we are traveling via Rata soon. I don't know if I could have just straight up gone to Rata Novus, you know, the little green map markers were leading me there to talk to that robot guy, and so I had to go this way to kind of be like, oh, by the way, we unlocked this teleportation pad, and then defensive golems were doing defensive golem things and being wonky. And sorry, I noticed my shirt has like a weird texture color to it. Like it's just a gray shirt, but like this makes it look like velvety. That's so funny. Okay, sorry, distracted. So we travel with Ritlock, or we meet Ritlock there, and we talk to Timey, and she lets us know, like, no, they don't know about the other room, the secret room that we had left her in the previous time we saw her. She has kept that secret, and she has set up this console to only allow her access, essentially. And she shares that with us, and you know, she wants to keep it from Fun especially and everybody else, so that way they are not stepping on her. They're not taking her work, right? And they're not taking that from her. You know, she found it. She wants to work on it. She doesn't want to give that up. And she doesn't want somebody else to take credit for the things she's found. So we have to do this security code pattern thing. And I was not paying attention. I initially was like, oh yeah, I'll pay attention, and then I did not pay attention. It's like, no, this isn't, I don't want to do this. So I just fought my way through. I was like, you know what, whatever, it's fine. Yeah, I just chose the fight it out option, and we just did that. Cause why wouldn't we? No, I like, it wasn't even that hard of a pattern to remember. Like, it really wasn't. It was just four colors in a sequence, and my brain was not working to memorize that day. Like, I thought I had it memorized, and then I did not, and so I was like, patience not here. So, and then we talk about our little mappy map and what we notice the different power sources are doing, and we talk about Glenn's egg as a power source as well. I believe that's mentioned because in the cutscene at the end of Heart of Thorns, we see the egg. I don't want to say activate. That doesn't sound like the right word, but essentially the egg was doing something, right? And like the power of not Maguma. That's the location, not the dragon's name. Why am I so bad with the dragon names all of a sudden? I am drawing complete blank. So when the dragon died, we noticed Glenn Rat's egg was doing a thing. And actually, yeah, the egg is right there. So at this point, I'm just listening to Timey and Ritlock talk it out. And then we end up fighting the little bug scorpion things that are everywhere in this area that are attracted to the power sources. Which is fine. Why am I still standing here? Like, what was I doing? And why was I doing it? Interesting. I did not notice that this lengthy part was in here. Probably should have noticed that before I did my voiceover, but sorry. So yeah, again, this was just mostly set up. Like, there really wasn't too much. It kind of feels like they just tossed in the security golems and the bug things to kind of say, oh yeah, you got to fight stuff. Like, it didn't really feel like it needed to be part of the story. It just kind of seemed like they placed that in there. Chalk, is that what they're called? So yeah, so we just go through a couple waves of these guys, and then there was an optional quest to kind of eavesdrop on what they were saying, and you could kind of hear like the gossip, the tea. And then we go back and it's all fun and games. No, so we meet up with Canuck again. Canuck is back, and we find out what he's been up to, and then that leads into the third part. So it already is starting to feel a little, I don't like, and this was my issue with season 2, is they tried to pack a lot into a small little blip of a story, right? So they wanted you to have all the information of things that had happened in between the main storyline and Heart of Thorns, which was fine, but there were parts where it felt very disjointed and disconnected, and it didn't really feel, at the time, it didn't feel relevant, and it just felt like we were starting another aspect of it. And so this is already starting to feel very much the same way, where we have to close all and any loose ends that Heart of Thorns gave us, and we have to open up the storylines and progress the storylines into Path of Fire, which is, it can be hard to do that intermediary thing, right? That intermediary story. So we see this Char who has come to ask us if we would like to be the new marshal of the pact, and we're like, no, we don't want to be behind a desk. Like, that's not what we're about. Because they decided, like, the marshal should not be out in the field. Like, yeah, that's super helpful, but like, also no. Like, it's not okay when the marshal gets captured by a dragon and killed. Like, oh, maybe we should protect him a little bit better. So we get to see like, well, no, actually, we're gonna create a new guild to fight dragons. Yay! And so, but don't you worry, I'll help the pact whenever we need it. So it's just, again, it's tying up that loose end of what is the pact doing now that Traherne is dead, and we want to move on to the next thing. And, you know, are we still commander? And, you know, we were commander of the pact all the way through the end of the first, like, Guild Wars 2, the original, and then Heart of Thorns. So now it's moving on to that next aspect. And then Canuck tells us he's been investigating stuff, and so we go and help him with that. And it's a weird cutscene coming up, and it's not what I was expecting. Like, again, this is introducing a totally new aspect we've never seen before, and I don't know if it's gonna be like the Stones, where we see them in season 2 and then we never really see him again, or if it's gonna be something that persists into Path of Fire. So I'm curious to see how that plays out. So yeah, it got crazy. We're like, oh no, we survived somehow. So now we have this fragmented nonsense. So yeah, that's gonna be fun to deal with. So yeah, this is just starting this out, and you know, we're talking about what's happening, and essentially a bloodstone exploded, I believe is what we decided, or could potentially have decided. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a great day.